Welcome! You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, and we bring Hollywood to the classroom every September. Of course, on a budget. Here's a question I never thought to ask, but bears asking anyway today. What's it like to live with a dictator? Someone whose ironclad regime remains the order of the day in your home, with any resistance against that regime being dealt with severely. Pretty frightening, huh? Unless that regime is just getting an extra Jell-O pudding cup inside your school lunchbox. In that case, that's a regime maybe we should all get behind. Especially if that Jell-O pudding cup serves as a near literal cherry on top. Do they make cherry flavored Jell-O? I don't know. But anyway, only if that serves as the end of a healthy, well-balanced, not to mention creative, and of course, delicious school lunch. School lunches. That's a war that parents and school lunch ladies across America have been waging for decades. With no end in sight, I think it's time we brought in the Bundeswehr of school lunch cookbooks. Bundeswehr meaning Armed Forces of Germany, Federal Defense. We're gonna need a big-time delicious defense to fight the offensive-looking, sounding, and tasting school lunches in some schools. Not all schools, I need to point out. Don't want to catch too much heat. Anyway, today I'm reviewing Dictator lunches. Inspired meals that will compel even the toughest of tyrants. Children. It's from New York Times best-selling author Jenny Mollen. If you don't know who she is, she's a media darling and Instagram personality with her account, well, named after the book, Dictator Lunches. She, of course, is married to American Pie actor Jason Biggs, and she shares 2 children with him, sons Sid and Laszlo, who at the development of this book will learn how to speak German, hence the Bundeswehr reference. Anyway, I bought this for $5.99 from the Red Fire Blue Thrift Store in Patterson. It is a Harvest publication which retails for $27.99 in the US and $34.99 in Canada, garnering rave reviews from Drew Barrymore, Kristen Bell, and Daphne Oz. By the way, I asked that question at the beginning based on the assumption that none of you out there are raising a mini Putin, I'll say. Are you? Don't make me use the H word. Hearing none? Phew, that's good, because that's too tough a dictator to compel, even with the most sumptuous and most imaginative school lunch around. In any event, we may give you a good start here. So, let's get started. The strategy for every lunch battle. When you're new to lunch making or just burnt out from trying to manage every other thing in your life, the process of coming up with different lunch variations day after day can feel daunting. That's why Jenny likes to make each batch by thinking about the 5 essential components. She breaks each of them down here in these paragraphs, but it's important to remember the main, the snack, the fruit, the veg, and the bribe. Something sweet. Sweeter than the snack here. The snack should be semi-healthy, and the bribe should be just a sweet incentive to clean this lunchbox sparkling. And besides cool-looking lunchboxes, there are some other tools and essential ingredients listed at the beginning of the book that you'll want to stock up on to make these dictator lunches. In terms of ingredients, well, you'll have to seek some out at a health food store because most of the recipes in here are gluten-free, some dairy-free, with no red meat, no additives, no preservatives. Only the very best for your kids. Cassava flour, coconut aminos, palm shortening, sunflower seed butter, tiger nut flour, nutritional yeast. Heck, the most common of all these things here is coconut milk, which you can find in almost every store. My advice, just go organic and work your way from there. Anyway, the recipes themselves are divided into the following chapters. Dictators at dawn, breakfast, globe-trotting dictators. Dictators on the go, snack recipes, festive dictators, holiday lunches and recipes, dictators at the dark, that's dinner, and iron fist, sweet tooth, that's of course, dessert. Sorry for the music in the background. I guess that's somebody celebrating their freedom, at least for a few hours, from, I don't know, 7 to 3. Freedom at last! Freedom at last from 7 to 3, I'm finally free! Anyway, you know you'll feel free if you can whip up some of these globe-trotting dictators that are the focal point of today's video. This is Dictator lunches around the world. So let's get started. We have a Korean dictator lunchbox here with amateur hour japchae. That's a sweet potato noodle-based dish. You'll have to seek out some Korean sweet potato noodles for this. There's also kimchi to incite conflict, persimmon flower gardens to neutralize, Japanese sweet potato chips for munching, and bungeopan, Korean fish-shaped pastries as the big win. So these are your components for the Korean dictator, divided up into the main, veg, fruit, snack, and bribe. Jenny is nothing if not irreverent and absolutely whimsical in the creation of these recipes. Especially when we're going globe-trotting here. This is a French dictator. A French dictator contains the mini baguette as the main with apricot jam and brie, baby niçoise salad as the veg, cucumber bistro chairs as the fruit, seedy granola as the snack, and a bribe mini crepes with Nutella and banana to fuel your recently walks through the sixth arrondissement while pretending to be Gertrude Stein. Did we mention that the photography here is equally delicious looking? Is that one whole plate? Yeah, it is. That's one whole lunchbox that you can actually open up here. Open up the latch, remove the lid, and there you go. It's all full. And by the time it's brought back home, it should be clean as a whistle. That's how delicious this is. That's how well-rounded these meals are. We also have Japanese dictators with Japanese-inspired recipes. Some created for the book. Some you can find in specialty shops, grocery stores, to add a factor of convenience to this. There's a New York dictator, of course, with Jenny's crunchy tuna salad as the main, and the bribe mini black and white cookies and homage to Seinfeld. An Austro-Hungarian dictator with grain-free schnitzel as your centerpiece. It's all Greek to a dictator who can't read, with scantily clad Swiss kebabs, scantily clad I should say, as the main. A Scandinavian dictator with pink is the new white fish salad on rye. That is Jenny's version of a fish sandwich. The Indian dictator right here. Recipe here on page 62. 2 pages worth of deliciousness captured in photographs, which is equal about 2,000 words. You know the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. The Israeli dictator, the Italian dictator, with Jason's red sauce spooned over pasta and who's Jason? Again, Jenny's husband, Jason Biggs. A Guatemalan dictator, a British dictator. Oh yeah, we're tickling taste buds while spanning the globe. A Chinese dictator with new wave strip toast serving as the entree, and finally, the Los Angeles dictator. Now this we gotta elaborate on, because you know we bring Hollywood home on a budget. The main is insta-ready avocado toast with watermelon radish and microgreen salad. The veg is a pre-pilot seasoned juice cleanse. The fruit, strawberry actresses waiting in line for a pre-read. The snack, cheddar traffic jam on fountain, and the bribe, dehydrated California raisins that tried to cross the 405. Oh yeah, Jenny is a hoot and a half in here. You know, school lunches should never ever be boring. And all that really starts at home. If you take time to invest in your kid's school lunch, he and she will definitely eat it. And that especially rings true if they have a hand in making it the night before or even finishing up the morning of. They will eat what they help make for themselves. That's almost a near fact. And these recipes, sir, are enticing. Oh, one other thing to note about making school lunches, even if they're packed in a box, which can either be see-through or you have to open it up to look inside, presentation is key. So stock up on some presentation tools like an X-Acto knife or cookie cutters or a small child-friendly pair of shears to up the presentation, to up the visual enticement. You want everything to have color, to be portioned right, not just, taste healthy and taste delicious above all else, but also to look appetizing too. Look like a near rainbow of colors. because the more colors they see, it's also proven the more nutrients they actually want to digest. It takes a village to build a dictatorship, so these are extra fun snack time recipes that Jenny includes in the book that you may want to stock up on as well. Pretty good all in all. It takes the stress out of packing lunch with this fun and creative collection of lunchbox ideas and healthy recipes that are sure to please even your pickiest child. When it comes to Dictator lunches, Jenny Mollen is certainly a 4-star general. Or should I say, a 4.5 clap general, because that's the grade this book receives. When it comes to school lunches, the war on boredom rages on. And I think we just found a wonderfully whimsical weapon to add to your home-based arsenal. Thanks for watching. Check out more TSR by clicking on another awesome review like this one, top left. And be sure to subscribe by clicking top right. Until next time, I'll catch you on the Thrift Side.